Hey there, everybody. Welcome to Fresh Out the Podcast, number one podcast for all your everything needs. Right, Drew?
Everything, yeah, pretty
Everything.
much.
Everything. Especially companionship. Especially
Nice,
male companionship. I'm
a
the board
nice
game guru.
shoulder massage, maybe.
Ooh, now we're getting spicy. I'm the board game guru, game master extraordinaire, and your masseuse for this evening, Jahananan.
And I'm the professional media and movie mastermind, the Funhouse Drew Munhausen, and this is episode 160 of Fresh Out the Podcast. And we've got actually a pretty good list of stuff to go through for this episode. It's been, considering our last episode was kind of reflecting on it's a slow time of year. Well, like within the past week, we had the Emmys, a pretty notable Nintendo Direct, I'd say, and then I'm leaving for a film festival later this week, so I kind of want to touch on all those things and touch on you, Jahan.
Thank you. I like being touched on.
Um, the Emmys, briefly, I'll say I actually got a text from somebody asking about the Emmys, and to be completely honest with you, I didn't sit and watch the show. I'm the big movie guy, and I feel like the Emmys are just like a little bit more predictable. I just feel like whatever the best drama and whatever the best comedy of the year is kind of run the show. And in the past, we had a few years where it was like Succession and Ted Lasso, and Succession and Ted Lasso. And then we had a couple of years there of like The Hacks and The Bear kind of switching off. I think last year was actually Shogun won Best Drama, and no, Hacks won Best Comedy. So there you have it. But this year was kind of a fun year. I thought The Pit won Best Drama, and The Studio won Best Comedy, which The Studio is one that I've talked about a lot on here and is probably one of my favorite shows I've watched of this year. It's a pretty good comedy, and it walked away with a lot of awards at the Emmys. And then The Pit won some notable ones too. Also worth noting, best limited series or anthology series was the show Adolescence on Netflix. I actually haven't watched that one, but I've heard really good things about it. I've heard it's a tough hang at times.
Yeah, I saw. All I really saw was the coverage of Seth Rogen winning, and his tearful acceptance speech, and it was really sweet and humble, and I'm happy for him. You know what I mean? Like, it was, good for him. He finally did it, and good job, man.
Yeah, it kind of feels like Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg, who have been kind of producing partners for a while, truly have the ability to do whatever they want right now, like riding high from the studio, and the fact that he even won lead actor in a comedy series. Seth Rogen did, so it's like, yeah, they outstanding directing, outstanding writing, outstanding comedy series, of course, but they also won like sound mixing and sound editing and a lot of the technical achievements too. So yeah, but it kind of dominated the comedy Emmys.
You know what it's time for?
Go ahead. Go on.
Another zombie comedy.
Sure. Why not? Um, John, you might find this interesting. There's a notable thing about The Pit
Okay.
winning, which if you're not familiar, The Pit is it's a medical drama on HBO Max.
Oh,
It's a
right, about
streaming
Pittsburgh.
exclusive.
Right.
Yeah, it's about an emergency room. It's kind of like an ER successor that's not ER starring Noah Weil, and um, it all takes place over the course of one day. So it's like each episode is an hour in this shift. And I really like it. It's like a 15 episode series that kind of feels more like something you'd see on traditional network TV, although it has some graphic things in it that you couldn't show on primetime TV. But there's a notable thing with The Pit winning, that it's not your standard like prestige TV show winning best drama, which is what has been typically winning. If you look at the shows that it was against in the category, it's things like Andor, The Last of Us, Severance, The White Lotus, which are all great shows, but they're your prestige shows that, sometimes it's 2 to 3 years between seasons, depending on the show. You're not getting this show every year. The Pit premiered in, let's see, season one released in January of 2025, and season two is coming out in January of 2026. So, like, the Pit seems like it's pretty annualized. So it's almost there's been a lot of think pieces around this and how audiences maybe are still craving a traditional form of TV, or like a 15 to 20 episode season of TV that comes on annually, as opposed to a prestige TV that's 8 episodes every 2 to 3 years. Which I thought is interesting. I don't know if I agree with it, but it is an interesting thought, with The Pit being pretty popular and winning this notable award.
Yeah. I mean, I like traditional seasons. It's pretty fun, and I'm used to it. I do kind of miss it with these shorter seasons that take longer to come to TV. But you do. I mean, I've talked about a lot that we're in the golden age of TV, and it's because they're taking a longer time, they're making less episodes, and you're getting a better, more distilled product. You know what I mean? And if you can do that on a normal annual TV schedule, more power to you. And that's fun, and I like that. I'm not against it at all. But, I don't think. I don't know. I think that a lot of these analysts, like, they're always trying to look for the next, like, hot, like, trend, and it's like, look, man, it works for them. It's not. I don't think it's gonna work for everybody. Like, this is not something that's gonna catch on. This is the way it used to be, and it's making a little pop back, and it had some success. I don't think it's gonna become the norm ever again.
Right. I think that it works for a medical drama because I think you can uphold the quality because it all takes place in one location.
Yeah.
And, to do that. But with a show like let's take Peacemaker, for example, right? Because that's airing right now, and we'll talk about it more in TV. But, like, it was a few years between season one and season two, and there's a lot that happened with DC, but behind closed doors during that time. And who knows if that hadn't happened and kind of the restructuring that was going on there, if we would have gotten Peacemaker season two sooner, if that hadn't been the case. But regardless, it's like, yeah, there are a few years between seasons, and I find myself before season two having to go back and be like, okay, where's a recap video? What happened? And then as I'm watching the first couple episodes of season two, I'm like, who is that character? Oh, yeah, I think I kind of remember that happening, and you're putting things together. Whereas when it is annually, it's all still kind of fresh in your mind.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. It does keep
I'd say
it.
I think that's the only major benefit.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But yeah, so that's the Emmys. I just wanted to comment on that. But let's dive into video games, into this Nintendo Direct. Did you watch this Direct live, or did you kind of catch up with the news after the fact?
I watched it almost live. I was a little behind.
Okay.
But yeah.
It's tough for me when they air these things early in the morning and with work and things, but I do like to kind of watch where I can. And before we go over everything, is there anything of note that you want to touch on first from this that you're like the most excited about?
Well,
Sorry to put you on the spot.
this weekend we watched the Mario movie. My kid's still a little young to really be too into stuff like that, but he watched it for a bit. He kind of liked it. My family liked it, and that's relevant because they announced during this Nintendo Direct the Super Mario Galaxy movie, and honestly, I'm kind of hyped for that because, like, the Super Mario movie was good, and I had a good time at it.
I also like the Super Mario movie. Super Mario Brothers movie, is it Brothers is it the Super Mario movie,
It's just
or
the Super Mario.
Brothers movie? Yeah, it's always going to be a special movie for me because it was actually the first movie that my oldest daughter saw in theaters. So
Right.
when she was 3. So that's a special experience. She loves the first one. She still will rewatch it on occasion, and she'll definitely be pumped for this. I'm excited for it too because I assume that you'll have Rosalina in the movie, and there's a lot you could maybe do there from a story perspective. There's there are fans, Nintendo fans, that dig into the Mario lore because it's there. There's plenty of lore, and a lot of people think that Rosalina and Peach might actually be related, and the movie could go into. There's like lots of theories, fan theories, and stuff like that. But it'll be fun to see what they do.
Yeah. The other thing that really, this probably won't surprise you, but the thing that really stuck out to me that I wasn't expecting, Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave. They're coming out with the new Fire Emblem game for the Switch 2. Pretty hyped for that. I've played most of the Fire Emblem games, not all of them, but they're very fun. I really enjoy them. Three Houses was probably the best one, in my opinion.
That's the last one that I played, and I loved it.
It was so good, so good, and so I'm hoping Fortune's Weave will be good.
Yeah, it's the 40th anniversary of Mario, so there were a few other Mario related announcements. We had the movie trailer. They announced that Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 were coming, or I think they're out now on the Switch.
I think
2,
so.
Or if they're not
Yeah.
out now, they're out within the next week.
Which is cool because I never played them. So
Oh, they're good. They're actually. I played 1 extensively. I think I got every star in 1, but 2 I didn't get to play as much. But no, it's interesting. They did that 3D Mario All Stars a few years ago, where you could buy the cartridge for the Switch, and it had Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, and Mario Galaxy on it. So it's interesting that Galaxy is being released again as part of this two-part pack, which you can buy the games individually. So you can buy the two-pack, I think it's $70, or you can buy Mario Galaxy or Mario Galaxy 2 individually for $40 on the Switch. But I've heard that even Galaxy, the first one, has some notable Switch 2 upgrades, like some unique areas and additional upresing and performance improvements, things like that. So I'm not sure yet if I'm going to jump into it or not. I've got a lot to play right now, so if I play it, it's not going to be right now.
yeah, I have a lot on my plate, and I don't think I'm going to be jumping on that one. A few other ones that were really cool. I feel like we're just going to do some highlights here.
Yeah.
We're gonna Mario Fever, Mario Tennis Fever. That looks pretty cool. That new Mario Tennis game. Not really expecting that. This direct was interesting. Like it wasn't what I was expecting, but they did announce a bunch of pretty big titles. It just wasn't what I was expecting.
Like with the Mario Tennis game, I see it and I'm like, oh, that looks fun. It looks cool. It looks good. It's more tennis. But I'm like, do I want to pay full price for that? But then they showed an adventure mode, like a story mode.
That looked kind of cool.
Like, oh my God, it does look kind of cool.
Looked kind of cool. More exciting than that one, if you played the Yoshi's Craft World, they're coming out with the new Yoshi's Page Turning Adventure. I think it's called
Yoshi and the Mysterious Book.
Yoshi and the Mysterious Book.
And Jahan, this was my jam.
Yeah.
I was watching this. It has a cool art style. It looked really fun. I like my guy Yoshi. All the little Yoshis. This looked really fun and cute and exciting to me. This seems like something I'll play for sure.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, it looks cool for sure. And I'm not sure if it's gonna be multiplayer, but Craft World was, and me and Jen played that a lot, and it was really fun. And so maybe we'll do it with this one too.
I just really like that with Yoshi in particular, they like to do all the different art styles. Like we had the yarn one, Woolly World, where everything looks like it was made of yarn, and now this one that truly looks like art, drawn out of a storybook. And I just like all the different fun stuff they do with Yoshi.
They do good stuff with Yoshi. Yeah, they're very creative with him, and I feel like his gameplay is just always very unique.
Yeah.
Or her gameplay. I don't know.
I was gonna say Yoshi, boy, girl. Are we gonna get in trouble?
Yoshi must be a girl because she lays eggs. So
Yoshi gender. Yoshi's gender. This is an AI overview, so I'm sorry. This is from Google. But Yoshi's gender is intentionally left ambiguous by Nintendo, though the character is often referred to with male pronouns in English-speaking media.
Well, they are one of my favorite characters.
Oh, There's more. Hold on. The most definitive information comes from the Japanese description in Super Smash Bros. Melee, which states that Yoshis reproduce asexually without a mate and are neither male nor female.
Oh, okay. So they're non-binary. That's cool.
There we go. Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense as
Settled.
to why I didn't know what they were. Well, get some Yoshi. That's pretty cool. Um, Makes sense as to why they all lay eggs.
Yep.
And then the other one was that weird Pokia.
I thought this looked kind of cool. It was
Looked
like
kind of cool.
it was like Animal Crossing Minecraft Pokemon.
Yeah, and you play as a Ditto that turns into a creepy looking little girl, which I thought was hilarious because the little girl is very creepy looking. And then you learn how to do special attacks from Pokemon that you can attract into your garden. And you do Animal Crossing stuff. It looked interesting, and I feel like Jen's going to want to play it, which means I'm probably going to end up playing it. And I'm not mad about it. It looks like a fun time. These offshoot Pokemon games are hit or miss with me. This one looks like it might be a winner. So
Yeah, I agree. Let's see. I got really excited there for a minute during the direct because there was some Donkey Kong Bonanza DLC. As we know, I'm a big Donkey Kong Bonanza fan. Got every banana, played it a lot, and unfortunately, this DLC is not what I was hoping for. It was a paid DLC that was more of like just an extra mode where you can collect all these emeralds and get different buffs, and it's like a time trial type thing on this new DK Island area. I've been looking at a lot of posts online about it, and a lot of fans that paid for it are disappointed that there's really not much to it. That it's silly that they're charging for this. It's just not what you want from having played Bonanza, which is one of my game of the year, candidates so far. And I do not see myself paying $20 for this DLC.
yeah, I mean, I've heard that a lot of people are very disappointed, and it feels like they really fumbled this one, and it's not what you want when you release a potential game of the year. Um, what are you doing, Nintendo? Like, normally you guys are a
Yeah,
little more careful than this, and it just seems clumsy.
I agree. Are you excited at all about the Virtual Boy Nintendo Classics that's coming to the Switch
Kind
too?
of. I am kind of excited. I always wanted a Virtual Boy when I was younger. I thought they were really cool. Uh, and I like the peripherals that they add sometimes that you could buy, and you could buy a full-on like Virtual Boy that you can slot your Switch into, and I think that's really cool. They also
It's
have
a
a
hundred
It's a
dollars
hundred
for that. Did
dollars.
you see that?
It's a hundred
Yeah.
dollars, and then they also have a cardboard one for like $20. I also
Yes,
have
that's true.
the cardboard one from the Nintendo Labo
Uh huh.
thing. I'm not sure if it'll work with it, but I don't know. I'm interested, but I don't think I'm going to drop a hundo for it to play a bunch of old games that are going to hurt my old man eyes. I don't think so.
I was gonna say it's definitely cool in concept, but like, am I really gonna sit there and use this thing and play these old games on it? No, I'm probably not.
It's really cool, but I'm not going to do it. I'm sure it was the best day ever for somebody.
Yeah, I agree.
And then we finally got
The
a release date for Metroid Prime 4. So,
this is the one thing that they had to announce this because everybody was wondering. Nintendo had been pretty, they'd stuck to their guns. They said that Metroid Prime 4 was going to come out this year. And a lot of people were starting to think it was going to get pushed to next year, but no, it is coming out on December 4th. We have a release date. It's really happening. And Metroid, Samus has a cool motorcycle in the trailer, which got me
unexpected.
excited. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. And John, I think I'm gonna try the mouse controls. I think I'm gonna just try it and see how it works.
Oh, I'm definitely going to try it. I've been waiting to use the mouse controls. I'm really excited.
I've yet to use them so far in a Switch game.
I haven't really used them either. We were playing Mario Party Jamboree the other day, and the new Switch 2 mode has a mode where you can play with like motion controls and the mouse controls and stuff like that that's exclusive to the Switch 2. And we didn't try it yet, but that's the only game I've really seen utilize it so far. Because I don't have the wheelchair basketball game. That game looks interesting, but I don't. It also looks exhausting. If I'm
Yeah,
being
it's
honest.
tough with Nintendo. They release a lot of stuff that I want to try, but I'm like, I don't want to pay $30 for that to play it for an hour, and then I'm probably going to be like, all right, I'm good.
Now the best thing ever would be a Nintendo subscription. Like that'd be tight. If they had a Game Pass, I would be all
Yeah.
over that, dude. Like even
Oh,
if it was just like,
absolutely.
hey, the new game's gonna be on this for a week. Like even
Yeah.
if that was the whole thing, I would totally get it, man. I just to try all the new games for a week. Like fuck yeah.
Well, considering how many, like not that game, but I thought for sure when they announced the Bonanza DLC, I was like, this is going to be part of the Nintendo Switch Online premium package or, whatever. And it wasn't.
Yeah, that's
Like,
surprising.
like you're going to give me the Legend of Zelda, the Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild, Switch 2 editions for free, but like you're not going to give me this Donkey Kong Bonanza
Yeah,
extra mode for
they're
free.
kind of pulling back on it, like because it's like when that stuff was coming on the first Switch, like pretty much most of the DLCs that were coming out were on the pass. You know, like all the notable ones, Animal Crossing, uh, Mario Kart, all that stuff. It was a part of that. The a
Right.
notable exception, I believe, was Smash Brothers, but there's like a lot of DLC for that, so understandable. But
Just feels like the Switch 2, everything's so new. They're kind of moving away from that in general.
it seems like they're trying some new stuff, and it seems like I don't know, man. I feel like they're trying to screw us, and I don't like it. And I wish Nintendo would be nicer to its fans.
Yeah, the fans are calling it out that it just seems like they're really price gouging worse than they ever have before. And for a console that I have been enjoying so far, but it's definitely playing catch up with the Xbox and the PlayStation 5.
Yeah, I agree.
But there
I
were, at least that
agree.
there's prominent third party games that are coming to the Switch too. Like that's worth showing. They showed the Resident Evil 9 or Resident Evil Requiem trailer, which showed new stuff, and it's coming out on the Switch too, and the gameplay looked really good. So, like, it's nice that these big AAA releases on Xbox and PlayStation are now in a place where they can come to the Switch too. Like,
That is
that's good.
that is kind of the game changer because yeah, the Switch players used to be left out of that, and it never bothered me because I have other consoles, but I'm sure it's nice for those that are exclusively Nintendo players.
Yeah. Anything else from the direct that you wanted to note?
I don't think so. I feel like we touched on most of it. I mean, they had some Pokemon news and this and that, and Hades too, but most of that's old news, so it's not a big deal.
Yeah, yeah, just a lot of stuff coming out soon on the horizon. Yeah, some smaller games. Yeah, but it was fun. This is, I think, the Nintendo Direct that people were wanting. There was one, the Air Riders one. I feel like that really wasn't for me. They've had another one recently that just didn't really announce anything that I was excited about. This was the Nintendo Direct that I was wanting. I don't think it was like a huge bombastic showing necessarily. Like I wasn't mind blown, but they definitely showed me things that I want and make me continue to be excited about the future of the Switch
Yeah,
2.
they definitely hooked me a bit. It wasn't it didn't knock my socks off, which is kind of what I really wanted. I wanted to be like, "Wow, the Switch 2 is going to be amazing." And I'm still not there, but I'm not upset with my purchase and I'm excited for these games. These games are good. Metroid's going to be awesome. I'm still in it. I just really want I can't wait for like a big one, a big Nintendo Direct where they show like 12 games that are going to be the greatest game. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I knew it was the 40th anniversary of Mario and they were promoting that. So I was like, are we going to get a new 3D Mario game? Which if they had done that with the Metroid Prime 4 release date confirmation, I probably would have been like 10 out of 10.
That would have been
But I'm
nuts.
not
Yeah.
complaining. Yeah, I think that would have been too good to be true. I mean, Donkey Kong Bonanza just came out, and I think
Yeah.
that's kind of their like stand-in for a Mario 3D game right now. So, which is a great game. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I can't complain either. It was a solid direct with some solid showing. Um,
Yeah.
so, huzzah.
Um, Perfect. The only other thing I wanted to mention is that I will be heading to Fantastic Fest, which is hosted at the Alamo Drafthouse South Lamar in Austin. This will be my 4th year going to the festival. It is a genre film festival, so it's typically a lot of horror, a lot of gore, a lot of just silly, crazy. It truly spans everything. There's some pretty good scares, but just some pretty good camp too. At this festival, I've already been able to secure tickets to a few movies, so I have some things to look forward to. There's the opening night film is a horror movie called Primate, which actually very little is known about this movie doesn't come out in theaters till January 2026. You can't even see a trailer for it yet. I don't even have a synopsis of the movie. I just know that it's called Primate, and and it's a horror movie. So I'm assuming, it's got some monkey stuff. It's from Paramount, and I know that Troy Kotzer is in it, and he is the Oscar-winning actor. He's a deaf actor. He played the father in Coda that came out a few years ago, a movie that I really, really enjoyed. And he's one of the leads in this, and he will be at the festival promoting the film, so that's exciting. I'll also be seeing Shelby Oaks, which is a found footage horror movie. There's a Justin Long horror movie called Coyotes.
Oh,
There's a
nice.
Lil Rel Howery directed movie, and I think he's starring in it too, along with Tiffany Haddish and folks called Haunted Heist that I'm planning to see. And then one of the big phones, the Black Phone 2, is coming out. The Ethan Hawke horror movie sequel. So they'll be showing that at the festival. I've got that. And I also was able to secure tickets to 4 secret screenings across the duration of the
Oh,
festival. Those are always very fun. Last year we got some really good ones. I'm trying to think, what were the secret screenings last year? I saw Saturday Night, the
okay, okay.
SNL movie.
That's a good one.
They showed, yeah, they showed Better Man, which was the what's his name? Robbie Williams biopic movie where he's a monkey that came out in theaters this year, and I don't think many people saw it, but it's pretty good. What else I see? Heretic was a secret screening last year. The Hugh Grant horror movie. I really enjoyed that one. And there was at least another one that I saw, but I can't remember. I saw so many things last year.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they'll show this year. I'm not trying to speculate too much. A lot of people really think that the new Keanu Reeves movie where he's a guardian angel, Good Fortune, I think it's Aziz Ansari directed with Keanu Reeves and Seth Rogen, whatever. A lot of people
Interesting.
think that might be one of them. Uh, Anything could happen.
Yeah.
I would love if like the Smashing Machine, The Rock's new movie directed by Benny Safdie. Like I'd love if that one was there. But again, anytime I get my hopes up or get excited thinking that a certain movie is going to be there, it's not there, and so I don't like to hype something up and then be disappointed. I like to just go in open
Yeah.
minded and be excited with whatever they show us.
Yeah, man. That sounds really cool, man.
Yeah,
And,
I'm
and
looking forward to it.
your wife is awesome for letting you go 4 years in a row, dude.
Absolutely, with 2 small children.
Yeah,
So
shout out
it's
to
an
Natalie,
undertaking.
dude. That's
It
awesome.
is an undertaking. She knows, and yes, I do spend a lot of time making it up to her. But
Ooh, kinky.
oh boy, did not. You know what? No, just gonna let it go. So yeah, so probably no recording next week. I'll be at the festival. When I get back, I'll have a lot to talk about once it is all done, and I'm looking forward to it. But as far as some fresh movies of the week for now, I did go see just to be, full disclosure, I kind of said this on the last episode. I just haven't been going to the movies as much recently. I've been super busy. Kids started up school. We've got activities going on. Gwen's doing soccer, and so we got soccer practices. We had a game this past weekend. Like, I've just been so tired, and like I
I
haven't been
get it,
wanting to
man.
go. And I think also just knowing the festival's coming up, and I know that I'm gonna see 20 to 25 movies in the span of like 6, 7 days. I'm like, I'm good. So I'm just kind of, I feel like I'm holding off until then. But I did go see The Conjuring Last Rites because I do like the Conjuring movies and the Conjuring universe. And this is the fourth Conjuring movie of like Conjuring proper. There's a lot of movies in the Conjuring universe, so to speak. There's three Annabelle movies, there's two Nun movies, there's the Curse of La Llorona, um,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then four Conjuring movies, like I said. And the director Michael Chavez seems to be kind of like their go-to guy now for the Conjuring universe movies. The first one he did was The Curse of La Llorona, and then he did The Conjuring 3, The Nun 2, and now The Conjuring 4. So he seems to be like the Conjuring guy. James Wan, of course, did the first Conjuring movie, and he's busy doing all kinds of other stuff now. But Michael Chavez seems to know what he's doing with these Conjuring movies because Conjuring Last Rites, the newest one, thought it was pretty good.
That's rare for a fourth movie.
I know it's pretty consistent. It made like 80+ million at the box office in its opening weekend, which is crazy. The Conjuring 3 came out in 2021 and was one of the movies that was on HBO Max and in theaters the same day, like when they were doing that. And so I think it only opened to like 20+ million, which is still pretty good considering it was streaming the same day. But this one, it's the theatrical exclusive, and yeah, made $80 million+, which is insane for a horror movie. But people love the Conjuring universe. People are here for the Warrens, Ed and Lorraine Warren, played by Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga, and I'm one of those people. I like these, and they try to give a little bit more backstory to them in this, and but it had some good scares. It's just they're consistent. Like these to me are not the greatest horror movies ever. I do think the first Conjuring movie is very good.
First one's really good.
And this is probably like the second best one of them to me, of the main numbered entries. I really enjoyed it. It's just a good time.
That's good. That's good. I always like it when movies are staying up to snuff, man.
Yep. So that's The Conjuring Last Rites. This next one's a weird one. This was
It
actually
looks like a
just
weird
last
one.
night. Yeah, I was on Netflix and they're promoting this new Charlie Sheen 2-part documentary that's on Netflix now. I'm not like a big Charlie Sheen fan necessarily, and I don't. He's been such a persona, especially what was it, about 15 years ago or so, when he really had his last like big meltdown, all those issues. So in a way, I feel like, do I really want to indulge in this? But I did end up watching the first half at least. It's two 90-minute parts, so it's like two movies make up this full documentary, and it's interesting because he's in it. Charlie Sheen is in it, interviewed and being fully transparent. Nothing's off limits. He is sober. I believe he said in the documentary he's like 7 or 8 years sober now.
Good for him.
That being said, he's still watching the interviews with him. He feels like a ticking time bomb still. Like I hope that's not the case, but it just seems he still seems like anything could happen. His father, Martin Sheen, and brother Emilio Estevez did not participate in the documentary, and he comments on that and he's understanding. But his other brother Ramon participates in it. His 2.5 Men co-star participates in it. Why am I not able to think of his name? John Cryer. Chuck Lorre, who's the creator of 2.5 Men's in it, and a lot of like co-workers and friends. Sean Penn is in the documentary talking about their friendship. And it is very transparent, and it's it's interesting getting a look into the mind of Charlie Sheen and just
Yeah.
when he was young, how much stuff he was able to get away with and then still find success after. So how much that just messed with his brain and made him feel untouchable and why he could do all these different things. So
Yeah.
it's tough. It's tough watching something like this because you're like, I don't know if I want to you know, give this my time, but I also found it interesting. But again, I'm like, it feels almost I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, like, not exploitative necessarily, but like kind of. I mean, he's in it and he's part of it, so it's not like they did it without his approval. But again, it just you're watching this person that you still feel like could you just never know
Yeah.
what's gonna happen.
Just because he's in it doesn't mean he had a choice. You know what I mean?
Yep. The first 90 minutes though is mostly about his early life, really getting into the industry, his rise to superstardom and the issues that he started having, major issues he started having in the 90s. The second half, I assume, is where it's really going to get into the run of Two and a Half Men and then the meltdown that he had in the 2010s. So I might finish that up and see, but it's just worth watching because I haven't been watching much else as from the movie standpoint. But that's on Netflix, and I'm sure a lot of people will watch it because it's interesting.
Excellent. Well, that's cool. So I probably won't be watching that.
That's fair, understandable. In the same way that he talks about his dad and brother not wanting to participate and him not blaming him, I don't blame anybody that doesn't want to give this their time.
Yeah. Um, I have one thing to talk about in fresh movies. I did not watch this movie, but there was something that happened during a showing of this movie that I thought was amusing and wanted to share. So, Demon Slayer. What's it called? Demon Slayer: The Infinity Castle. Just released
Yeah,
to a theatrical
I'm not even
release.
going to try to pronounce its proper title. Demon Slayer Kimetsu
Kimetsu
no
no Yaiba, the movie
Yaiba
Infinite
Infinity
Castle.
Castle.
Yeah. So during one of the screenings of this movie, a fan chose to not wanting to leave the theater. We don't really know his motivation. Stood up, whipped out his wiener, and
Oh no.
proceeded to urinate, getting it all over people. My understanding
Where
was
did this happen?
I don't know. In some movie theater, in an AMC or a Cinemark or something. It wasn't like some random. It wasn't some like rinky dink theater. It was like a fully packed theater. He was peeing on people. There, I saw it on TikTok, and so like they didn't show him peeing, but they showed the aftermath of what happened, and so it
Oh, sure
seems.
enough, I just typed Demon Slayer P and then it
Oh
auto-filled
yeah,
in P incident.
oh yeah.
Man arrested for allegedly urinating during Demon Slayer movie.
Yeah, some of the pee may or may not have gotten on some kids. So the parents and some of the adults in the theater turned around and just beat the ever living shit out of this guy, which, can't really blame him. And then he got arrested. And so that's wild. And I just wanted to say that happened in our world. This guy I don't know what he was thinking. It's clearly not something that a mentally well person would do. But
I'm
yeah.
reading about it now. It was an AMC theater.
Okay, cool.
I'm reading this as of on TMZ. You can see a family with a young child looks on. Chaos ensues. Oh boy. Indecent exposure, disorderly conduct, criminal damage, refusing to provide a truthful name. Oh boy.
Oh
Yeah,
boy.
that's well, Jahan, you know what? Thank you for sharing. I will say it is fascinating to me when one of these movies comes out, it's a Demon Slayer movie, which is a very, very popular anime
Yeah.
franchise that I have not seen a single minute of. But this movie came out and made $70 million at the box office domestically. And I'm like, there are so many movies that I get excited for that I'm like, everybody's going to see this. And those movies wish they could make $70 million opening weekend. Like the fact that this anime movie that I've never even seen a trailer for, again, I know it's part of a franchise that's very popular, but
It's one of the biggest
$70 million,
animes. Yeah.
nothing to scoff at, man.
On
And it's
opening
made
weekend? Yeah, that's
200
crazy.
288 million international. So this movie's made almost $400 million worldwide. That's crazy, man.
That is crazy. Yeah, I mean, it's one of the big ones.
2.5 hours long. Holy crap.
It's one of the big ones. It's supposed to be really good. I've seen the entire first season of the anime. I haven't caught up after that. There's some movies and stuff I need to watch. But yeah, I just wanted to put that news. I thought it would spice things up in the podcast. The only thing I saw was the TikToks of the guy getting his ass beat, and it was pretty funny.
Boy, did it spice things up. Yes, I appreciate it. I was like, oh, did John go see this? Is he a Demon Slayer fan? Did I not realize? I should have known better that you were going to tell a P story.
I like P stories. I don't know what to tell you. They're funny. P is funny, Drew.
Speaking of making P, Peacemaker, moving on to Fresh TV of the week. That was a segue.
It's a good segue.
John, are you caught up on Peacemaker?
Is Peacemaker streaming, Drew?
Oh,
I'm not caught up. It's been hard to watch because the boy now watches the TV, and this is not one of those shows that he can see.
Fair enough. Yeah,
But
I got
feel
caught
free
up
to
on
talk
it this
about it.
week. Yeah, I'll just say I got caught up on it this week. I have now seen all 4 episodes that are available now, and I'm really liking season 2 of
Oh, good.
Peacemaker. I thought episode 1 was really good. I thought episode 2 was okay, and then I thought 3 and 4 were really solid in getting the season moving along and doing some fun things. And it's not afraid to be silly, but it also has its serious moments. It has some good action, and I just really like the tone of it. And I enjoy Peacemaker a lot, and I was excited for season 2. I definitely liked season 1, but I was just like, oh yeah, I'll watch Peacemaker. And now that I'm in it, I'm like, oh, I love this show. Like
Yeah.
I forgot that I love this show. And also, the last couple episodes have been like 38, 39 minutes long. Like it's not trying to drag it out to an hour long each time. They're pretty quick. They're digestible. It's an easy watch. So yeah, Peacemaker season 2 been off to a great start. Some fun cameos from some DC characters.
Oh,
There's another
good.
one that pops up in latter episodes.
That's exciting.
It's a fun use of the character. I'll say that. And I like the whole alternate dimensional door stuff storyline that they're doing with this. It's just I don't know where it's going to go. So that's why it has me hooked.
It has infinite possibilities, Drew.
John, there's a scene. I think it's in episode 3. Do you know how many you've seen yet? Have you only seen the first?
I've only seen the
episode, or
first
have you
one.
seen-
Yeah.
Okay, I think it's in episode 3. There is a scene where Eagly takes out almost like an entire army by himself.
Hell
That's
yeah.
great. Everything about it's great.
I can't wait, man. No, yeah, I've been bad about watching stuff. I've just been much like you, busy just being a dad, man. Like I'm just trying to be a present father. It's very difficult, but I'm doing it. So
One of the things they do in Peacemaker that I think is fun too is, as you know, the first season made waves with its opening credits and the dance sequence. And so people are like, what are they going to do in season 2? And I love the song is a Foxy Shazam song, which is a band that I'm a big fan of. So I just like that they're getting a lot more exposure because of this Peacemaker intro. I don't know if the dance and the shock of it will ever live up to season 1. It's a lot to live up to, but I still find it fun. The thing that I enjoy about this now, and assuming they do more seasons of Peacemaker in the future, is they include all the characters from, or all the kind of the main characters from the season in the intro.
Yeah.
So even if they're not in the first episode or two, you see people in the intro and you're like, well, who's that? Or when are they going to show up? And I had noticed maybe in episode 2 that Michael Rooker is in the intro dance segment, Yondu himself,
Yeah.
who's obviously a good friend of James Gunn. And but he's dressed in like, he kind of looks like, um, he's like kind of hippie looking. He kind of looks like Willie Nelson a little bit, the way that he's dressed.
Well, that's what he
So I was
looked
"What's
like. That's what he looked like in the Suicide Squad when he played the Savant.
Oh, I forgot that he was in that.
Yeah, he was the Savant. He had really long hair, and he died. So
Right, right. So he's one of the ones that dies at the beginning.
in the very
No,
beginning, yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. No, he's a completely different character. He looks like I said, he looks like Willie Nelson, very like hippy dippy. But he is introduced in I think episode 3 or so, and he just plays this crazy eagle hunter.
Oh,
So like
boy.
Argus brings him in specifically because of the damage that Eagly has caused, and they need to take out Eagly. And it's very good. His character's very dumb. It's very funny.
That's funny. That's good. That's good writing, man. I like that. I like that a lot. James Gunn knows what he's doing, man. That's all I know.
Yeah, I'm enjoying Peacemaker season 2 a lot, so I highly recommend it.
Hell yeah. Now I'm gonna get caught up. Well, that's it for Fresh TV of the Week. Let's move on to our few fresh games we have. You have the big one. You can go ahead and open it up.
Okay. Yeah, I've been playing Borderlands 4. This just came out on Friday of last week, and I've been playing it pretty much in all my spare time that I've had over the weekend. When there's football on, I would have like football up on my laptop and then be playing the game. It's a good game to grind while watching football, that kind of stuff. Here's the thing I'll say about Borderlands 4. If you're a fan of the Borderlands franchise, this is more Borderlands, so you're going to be happy with that. It's on an entirely new planet, so there's a little bit less linking it to the past games. There's still 4 vault hunters to choose from. There are vaults on the planet, but a lot of the recurring characters are not here because you're on a new planet. Marcus still does the intro, and there's little Marcus bobbleheads throughout the world. And Moxie's in the game as a like if you want to replay a boss, you can go to like a Moxie portal and replay a boss. But otherwise, it's all new characters. And the thing that's unique about this one is that it's an open world. It's a seamless open world instead of traveling from area to area like past Borderlands games. It works for the most part. There's no catch a ride station where you can rent vehicles or whatever. You just have you can hit right on the D-pad at any given time and you summon a little hovercraft that you use to get around, and you can customize it.
Oh, cool.
So that's how they've gotten around that, so that you can get around pretty quickly. The game focuses a lot more on traversal because of the open world. There's a lot of things where you'll see a little collectible on your map and you're like, oh, how do I get up there? Because it's on a big plateau above me and you got to figure out how to get up there. So there's a lot more of that. But I mean, there's bad guys everywhere. You can replay areas. I've gotten tons of loot so far. I've gotten a few legendary items. So it is the true looter shooter that it's known for. I think the thing that I'm having trouble with it the most is that the story I don't find to be that interesting. And I feel like people complained about Borderlands 3 being too silly and too campy. I'm not one of those people that complained about that, but there was a vocal part of the fandom that didn't like that, and also complained about legendaries being too easy to come across. You just got legendaries left and right. So they listened to that feedback. Legendaries are much harder to come across now. I'm like level 27 now out of 50, and I've maybe come across 4 legendaries. I've had bosses I've fought that didn't drop any, but I've been able to get a few. And the comedy is like pretty scaled back. It's just like if Borderlands was on an 11 for Borderlands 3, they've scaled it back to like a 6.5. or 7.
Okay.
There's just not many memorable characters so far. I haven't really laughed as much as I tend to with a Borderlands game. It's a little less campy, but the gameplay is as good as ever. The looting is still fun. The mechanics of it in the open world are like pretty cool. It's just like I kind of play it a little bit mindlessly. Like I said, like I love to put on football and then go around and grind and level up and or do a few side quests here and there. But so I think that there's a lot of pros and cons to it, but ultimately, if you're a fan of the franchise, you're gonna like it. Like because the core gameplay is what you want.
Yeah.
I just feel like some of the things that they scaled back are interesting. There's also still some little bugs and glitches with it. I haven't experienced that much, but again, there's a vocal part of the online community that are having issues. Um, there's little things for me like the inventory management is terrible, and you can change the filters on it, but it doesn't save the filters. So when you go in, you have to reset it every time to how you want it to sort through stuff, which is annoying in a game that really a huge part of it is your weapons and going through your inventory. So I know they'll be supporting it though, and I assume these things are things that they will fix. So I'm not too upset about it.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I haven't had many issues technically, and I'm really enjoying it. So
Yeah.
that's Borderlands 4.
Yeah, I've heard some things. I've heard there's a lot of performance issues on PC specifically.
I'm playing it on PS5. Worth noting.
Yeah. And then some things that the CEO of Gearbox said pissed a lot of people off.
As he's known to do. This
Yeah.
this is not the first time.
He said something regarding the PC issues. He said something about trying to play on a leaf blower. You know, it's not going to work, kind of thing. Pretty much saying your computer's shit, and that's why it's not working. And really, it's because the game's poorly optimized or whatever. Yeah, I'm not a Borderlands guy. Looter shooters aren't my thing, but hey, I'm glad you like it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Have fun with Borderlands 4. I played a game. I haven't played it enough to really talk about it comprehensively, so I'll probably talk about it again eventually, but I did finally play Chronos. Chronos: A New Dawn is a third-person survival horror game in which you are a traveler. You are on a mission. It's all very mysterious. Your character knows what the mission is. You have your job to do. She knows, but you don't really know that much going into it. You travel in time to the past so that you can find these fissures in which you can rescue VIPs and materials from pre-apocalyptic times before like time and physics went all wonky. It's a very interesting and complicated story thing going on that I don't fully understand yet. But there are some time manipulation puzzles. There's lots of horrible monsters that you have to fight. Combat is incredibly difficult. I've died many times. It feels very Dead Space-like so far. At first, I wasn't so sure about this. Where I am now in the game, I'm having fun with it. But I will give a better review later. But that's Chronos.
Fair enough. I knew this was one of your hotly anticipated games that you've talked about before.
I haven't been able to give it much time because I've been hell diving a lot. And they dropped that new update with the gloom and stuff. And there's been all these bugs. And it's been fun. So I can't complain. But I haven't had time for Chronos. So
I will say, you just made me think of it with Helldivers. One more thing worth noting about Borderlands 4 is that it is, Shift, I guess, is like the account associated with your Borderlands stuff with 2K or whatever. It's basically how you can do cross progression and all that kind of stuff. That being said, I am playing this on PS5, and a friend of mine that has this game on Xbox, we've been playing together, and like it's been pretty seamless. Like as long as you're friends on Shift, he can easily join into my game. I can join into his. It puts us automatically in proximity chat, like, in a party chat when we're playing together. So it has been really nice from a cross-play standpoint to be able to do that. Since I wanted to play it, I was pretty adamant about like, getting it on PS5.
That is
And I
really
knew
good.
that
Crossplay is
friends
important.
would be on Xbox.
That is really good. Hell yeah, man. Well, I'm glad Borderlands is working out because that shit's crazy, dude. Like, I turned on my Xbox and before I could do anything, there was a full screen Borderlands, like, you should buy this. And I was like, that's crazy. Like, I wonder how much they had to pay for that. You know what I mean? And that's just wild. But yeah.
I didn't put it on the list too, but it's worth noting. I had been playing the Dragon Quest III 2D HD remake, which is like a very old school JRPG that they remade on PS5 and Xbox. And I wanted to play it, and I enjoyed it, and I platinumed it. So I played it. I was grinding a lot. I played many hours and finished it. But I did enjoy it. I don't know if I was always having fun when playing it, but like I was determined to finish it.
Platinuming a JRPG can't always be fun. It's impossible.
No, it's not. It's usually the campaign is fun, but then when you get to the end, or there's like optional bosses or things that you have to complete and you need to level up or you have to do certain things. It can be pretty grindy. But it was fun. But when I finished that and I knew I was going to play Borderlands next and I was looking for something else to play, I had not played Cyberpunk since it came out back in December of 2020 when I played it on my Xbox Series X. And they just recently made it a PlayStation Plus game, so it was on PlayStation. I could play it for free. Hadn't played it in almost 5 years. I was like, oh, I'll jump into Night City and start a new campaign on a different console and re-earn trophies and things like that. Man, I was having a blast playing Cyberpunk. I played maybe like 15, 20 hours of it in however long between playing those games. And when I finish Borderlands 4, when I'm done with it, I'll probably jump back into Cyberpunk. I was having a good time there.
How improved is it?
It's amazingly improved.
Okay.
I have not had a single technical issue or anything playing it on the PS5.
Interesting. I haven't played it since it released
seamlessly.
either. Yeah. So I've been thinking about jumping back in. So
Yeah, I remember even playing it on Series X when it came out, so I had less problems than others. But I did at least have a couple times where it shut down my console or did random stuff like that. But playing it on the PS5, I have not had a single glitch or issue. There have been still plenty of crowds and NPCs, and the load times are decent. They supported that game for a long time after,
Yeah.
and I think they perfected it.
that's good. No, that's one that I've been wanting to pick back up for sure.
Yeah, it's good. I recommend it now. They've really fixed it all up, and I've never played the Phantom Liberty DLC, and
Me
so I
neither.
purchased that when I was playing it, so I can do that stuff. So yeah, I'll have that to do also.
Hell yeah. Yeah, it's got like vehicle combat and shit. That's my
Yep.
understanding.
Yeah, it does.
And it's
So
got
I'm
Idris
basically
Elba.
I've got plenty to play between now and when Metroid Prime 4 comes out.
Yeah, that's fair, man. Well, hell yeah, dude. Well, that's it for pretty much everything. All that's left is to pick our fresh picks of the week. Why don't you go ahead, Drew?
I'm gonna pick Peacemaker. I think that it's the thing I've had the most fun with. Despite there being a lot of stuff that I've really liked. I liked the Conjuring movie. I like Peacemaker. I like Borderlands 4. But like, I think Peacemaker is the thing that I've ultimately had the most fun with and would recommend the most.
Hell yeah, man. No, that's really cool. It makes me really want to watch it. I'm going to go ahead and say that dude peeing on everybody in the Demon Slayer is going to be my fresh pick of the week because that's crazy.
It's pretty fresh, man.
It's pretty fresh. Pretty fresh.
Fresh urine for sure.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for listening to Fresh Out the Podcast, your weekly sometimes podcast for everything you want to know about anything ever. I am the board game guru, game master extraordinaire, Jahananan.
And I'm the professional media and movie mastermind, the Funhouse, Drew Munhausen. And thank you so much for listening to episode 160 of Fresh Out the Podcast.
Stay fresh.